Oh. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're glad that you're here. I'm Steve,
And I'm Scott.
and together we're Backyard Musings, the Science and Technology channel.
Yeah, and still in the secret bunker in Utah. Steve is in California, and we are talking about an interesting topic today. It has to do with health and green tea.
Yeah,
So
the reason I saw this and I chose this story, or the producers chose the story, I was driving through Starbucks and it has this new drink, Matcha is back. And I'm like, I was thinking, what is that? And I came across this article, scholarly article, or the producers did, and I thought, well, let's talk about it. A new study suggests that matcha, the finely ground green tea powder widely used in Japanese cuisine, may influence allergic symptoms in an unexpected way. Japan's famous matcha may offer another surprising benefit. A new study in mice suggests that powdered green tea could help reduce sneezing linked to nasal allergies. And man, we need that now because my eyes are burning and I'm sneezing. Would you like to know more?
yeah, in California, and I'm sure in other areas, the
Yeah.
weed population has just gone
And
crazy this year.
the winds are crazy and it's blowing it all over.
Yep, the winds and the weeds because we had early rains. So we had rains in January, February, which we normally don't get until March, April, and it just the weeds are crazy everywhere. So, and I don't understand why. I mean, green tea has been around for a long time, and so why are we having to do studies with mice? Why can't we do studies with people? I mean, it's not green tea is not a killer, right? It's not going to kill anybody. You're not going
I'm
to get a
gonna
third
run.
year.
I'm gonna run, not walk to Starbucks this morning and get my matcha and check it out.
And then what are you going to do? Are you going to dry it and then pulverize it?
It's a drink. I'm gonna get
Why
that
no?
drink.
But this says you have to do powdered green tea.
Well, that's how they make the matcha from the powder. So, and they make it taste delicious. They probably add a little bit of sugar. So, I'm going to start there, see if it helps a little bit. You know, like honey is supposed to give you resistance to local honey. So, I'm going to start there and then see where we go.
All right. Well, let's find out about this matcha stuff here. Matcha is a vivid green powder produced from specially grown green tea leaves that are dried and finely ground. It is commonly prepared as a beverage, but is also used to flavor many foods and drinks. Earlier studies have shown that matcha contains abundant biologically active compounds, including antioxidants, which we're not really sold on the antioxidants because we talked about that the other day, right?
We did.
And and amino acids, which supposedly are both supposed to be good for you. Researchers have linked these compounds to several potential health benefits, such as better heart and brain function and lower inflammation.
Yeah. So, Scott, well, the other day we talked about antioxidants and inflammation and how it affects the sperm. So, these are bells that are ringing right now. Like, so you got to carefully watch how much antioxidants you take if you care about your sperm.
Well, and don't go crazy on the green tea matcha if you're gonna try to
have a baby,
help with your allergies, and could be hurting you in other parts. So anyway, here we go.
Professor Osamu Kamanuma of the Research Institute for Radiation Biology and Medicine at Hiroshima University in Japan. Well, that's radiation biology in Hiroshima. Okay.
Yeah.
Has been studying whether matcha could influence allergic rhinitis, often called hay fever. I've been diagnosed with allergic rhinitis. Quote, human studies suggest green tea may relieve allergic rhinitis, but how it works is unclear, Kamunuma said.
In an early access paper in NPJ Science of Food on March 5th of this year, Kamunuma and his colleagues tested matcha in mice engineered to develop hay fever-like symptoms. Okay,
bioengineered. Yeah.
Got it. The mice received matcha tea 2 to 3 times per week for more than 5 weeks. They were also given an additional dose 30 minutes before exposure to an allergen that would normally trigger their symptoms. Okay.
The researchers observed that mice treated with matcha sneezed far less than expected. That must be a sight to see a mouse sneeze. That is a sight. However, the results also revealed something unexpected. The matcha treatment did not appear to alter key allergic responses involving immunoglobulin E, so that's IgE, mast cells, or T cells. Ooh.
Okay. IgE antibodies attach to mast cells and play a major role in allergic reactions by triggering the release of histamine and other inflammatory chemicals. Mast cells drive the early phase of an allergic reaction, while T cells regulate long-term immune activity, including the production of IgE.
Quote, oral matcha reduced sneezing without clearly changing major immune markers. Instead, it strongly suppressed brainstem neuronal activation linked to the sneezing reflex, Kamunuma explained. And I would further add, when you sneeze, try and keep your eyes open. It is almost impossible to keep your eyes open while you sneeze.
I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's healthy to do that.
I know. You blow your eyes out. To investigate this further, the researchers examined the activity of a gene called CFOS, which signals neurological and behavioral responses to strong stimuli such as allergen exposure. They focus on the ventral spinal trigeminal nucleus caudalis, say that 6 times fast or 2 times fast, a brain region involved in controlling sneezing.
When mice experienced hay fever symptoms, activity of the CFOS gene rose sharply in their brain region. What do they do? They have like little electrodes attached to their brain or something. I don't know. This sounds kind of weird. Okay. Treatment with matcha lowered CFOS expressions to nearly normal levels. The researchers say the next step is to determine whether the same effect occurs in people. Quote, the goal is an evidence-backed, food-based option that complements standard care for allergic rhinitis symptoms, Kamunuma said. Okay.
So when you said how do they figure out with the mice, the brain activity, immediately I thought of Back to the Future.
Tiny little helmet.
When Doc put that helmet on Marty and said, "Don't say anything. I'm going to read your mind." He licks it and puts it on his head. That's what I thought of. That's funny.
Well, I mean, how do they do that? You got little tiny electrodes or something attached. I mean, a mouse's head is not very big.
A tricorder. So. They used a tricorder from Star Trek.
Okay.
Medical tricorder.
All right. There you have it. I knew we couldn't get away from Back to the Future, Star Trek, and Star Wars, but we did mention.
It's got to be Star Wars in it and Sasquatch.
Yeah, Sasquatch. Yeah, a bigger helmet for Sasquatch. So, all right, yeah, there you have it, folks. Go out and drink your matcha. It's back at Starbucks. Who is not a sponsor?